guys, I'm Giulia from Italy by Italians. If you're looking for off-the-beaten-path tips for your trip in Venice, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm gonna show you the top 13 non-touristy things to do in Venice. The purpose of Italy by Italians is to show you the real Italy with our local tips. If you love Italy, subscribe to our channel. Now, relax, sit back, and get ready to explore Venice like a Venetian. San Giorgio is a nice escape from the crowds. It's a small island just in front of San Mark's Square. It's a 5-minute vaporetto ride. It's very interesting to visit it to enjoy a privileged view on San Mark, especially if you climb on the San Giorgio Basilica bell tower. Worth a visit is also the monastery that is still inhabited by monks today. The basilica, the cloister, and the dining hall of the monastery were designed during the 16th century by the great architect Palladio, who built many villas in Veneto that are a UNESCO heritage site. Defined as one of the most beautiful bookshops in the world, the Acqua Alta Bookshop is a dream for book lovers. There is an infinite choice of books positioned in gondolas and bathtubs, plus a staircase entirely made of books. The place is full of cats. They like sleeping on soft pages. From a window of a bookshop, you can also sit on a gondola for free, right in front of Tetta Palace. We'll talk about that at number 12. Gondolas are considered very touristic, and indeed many of them offer the classic touristic tour. But let's not forget that gondolas still are a public transport service. If you want to experience gondola like a local, you need to take a Gondola Traghetto, which literally means ferry gondola, and it's used to cross the Grand Canal. It's just a couple of minutes, but it will cost you €2. In Squero San Trovaso you will find a very peculiar shipyard. They only restore small boats here like gondolas. The word Squero means shipyard in Venetian dialect, and this is one of the oldest in town. You can participate in a 30-minute guided tour during which you will be explained all the gondolas building techniques. Right in front of the Squero there is a small restaurant serving some of the best cicchetti. Keep watching to learn what food is that. Everyone knows about the majestic San Mark Basilica, but less people know that inside the basilica you can visit San Mark's museum. Here are 2 reasons not to miss it. 1. You will find the original statues of the 4 horses at the entrance of the basilica that date back almost 2 millennia. And 2. From the museum you can access the terraces overlooking San Mark's Square, the bell tower and the Doge Palace. Bonus tip: climb to the terraces a few minutes before the change of the hour, so you will have a privileged view of the clock tower's little show. Close to San Mark's Square, you will find Zaccaria Church. Apart from notable works of art by famous Venetian artist Tintoretto, the small crypt is worth a visit as it's always flooded by water because it's built at a very low underground level. You can buy your ticket to visit the crypt directly in the church ticket office. It costs €3. The Contarini Palace was built during the 14th century for the powerful Contarini family. Later on, this majestic staircase was added. In Venetian dialect, it's called Bovolo. The Contarinis were very rich, and they couldn't stand the fact that their beautiful palace remained unnoticed, as it was hidden among narrow alleys. That's why they decided to add this Baroque twist. Boy, what people can do to get noticed. From the top, you can see the Doge Palace and a view over the roofs of Venice. Calle Varisco is the narrowest street in Venice. It's only 53 centimeters wide. When you're close to it, ask a local for indications because it's very difficult to find the exact point on Google Maps. Do you think this is a church? Not exactly. It's Venice Hospital. The building was the headquarters of a religious confraternity established in 1260. During Napoleon's domain in the 19th century, the confraternity was abolished and the building was used as an Austrian military hospital first and finally as the city main hospital. Don't be afraid to enter. You are allowed to visit the spectacular hall on ground floor, always with respect for local patients, of course. Is a restaurant serving the traditional Venice aperitivo composed of cicchetti, very small and cheap appetizers to try one after the other, just like Spanish tapas, but of traditional Venice recipes. Usually you match cicchetti with spritz, the famous Italian cocktail that was invented in Veneto, the county Venice is part of, or prosecco, a kind of sparkling wine only produced here. You'll find traditional baccaros in Fondamenta Cannaregio area. Venice is known all over the world for its carnival. During the Venetian Republic, masks were not used during carnival only, but also in many other occasions like balls or to conceal one's identity during gambling. The most representative mask of Venice is the Black Death Doctor, the mask that doctors wore during the epidemics in town to respect the necessary distance and avoid being contagious. The city is full of shops that sell masks, but not all of them are made in Venice. If you want to buy a true local artisan-made mask, go to Macana. This shop supplied masks for Hollywood films like Eyes Wide Shut by Stanley Kubrick or 50 Shades of Black. Tetta Palace is one of the few buildings in the city center to be surrounded by water on 3 sides, so the Tetta family could only enter in the house by boat. Go to this historical fish market, Rialto Market. Don't miss this out, it's one of a kind, it's open from Monday to Saturday morning. It's called Rialto because it's right next to Rialto Bridge. In the past, young people used to meet here the morning after the crazy nights of a carnival. At the time, as Venice was a city of merchants, the market also sold exotic goods like oriental spices and refined fabrics. Accademia Bridge is the southest of the 4 bridges that cross the Grand Canal, so you will get a glimpse of the final part of the canal going into the lagoon. In our opinion, it's the bridge that offers the best view, plus it's not as crowded as Rialto. These are our favorite non-touristy things to do in Venice. Don't make the same mistake most tourists do. Don't just stop in St. Mark's Square. Venice is unique. If you have questions, let us know in the comments below. Do you like our tips? Subscribe to our channel so you will always enjoy Italy like an Italian.